Right, so just going to go quickly through scales, arpeggio and the dozen a day. So just to remind you, when you're playing your scale, there's a couple of things to look out for. The first one is that on the key note, halfway, you should end up with your thumbs. That's going up the scale and down the scale. There's the halfway point. And as it's C major, my key note is C. If it's G major, it will be G. So here we are, halfway, and both my thumbs arrive on the G. And going down the scale will be the same. Okay, both thumbs. So that's something you'll hear me refer to lots and lots of times. Thumbs are always on the key note. Lots of scales apply that. The other thing is turning the 4. So in the right hand, when you get to the end of your first octave, to start the second octave, you turn the 4th finger. On the way down the scale, to start the second octave, it's the right hand's turn to turn the 4. Okay, G major will be the same. To start the next octave, the left hand must turn the 4. And when we come down the scale, to start the second octave, the right hand must turn the 4. So there's 2 things to watch out for, the key note with the thumbs and where the 4s turn. Otherwise, the common mistakes are usually on the way down the scale, that the left hand forgets to turn after this 3rd note. Especially around here, because you've got quite a lot of turning going on at the halfway point. You've got to turn under with the under with the left hand, then over with the right hand, and then you quickly turn again with the left hand after that 3rd finger. So it's that one, this one here, that often gets forgotten. Alright, because there's a lot going on just around the middle of the scale, so don't forget that turn. Okay, so you're doing C major and G major scales, and so on. Okay, then the other thing I'd like you to include in your practice is your arpeggio of C. That's the right hand, the left hand. Make sure you're using 4 and 2. And when you turn, don't stretch the hand out. Keep the fingers quite tucked in. Okay? Then you won't hopefully go to the wrong notes with that 4 and 2 fingers. Okay? Then you've got A major as your new scale, but just do this hand separately. So you've got 3 black keys, 2 come together, F sharp and C sharp. F sharp and G sharp, sorry. Otherwise your finger pattern is the same. Note the thumb comes on the key note, A in this time, and the 4 in the right hand turns onto that 2nd octave. So the same rules are applying every time. In the left hand, watch out for the thumb on the key note, here it is, and the 4 that turns to start that 2nd octave. So again, all the same rules over and over. So trying to get them stuck in your mind. Thumb on the key note, A. Okay, and then in your dozen a day you're doing the splits, which is your contrary motion with a little staccato repeated note. And then finishing with minim octave notes, and then a semi-breve middle C on both hands.